Hello and welcome to today's video. Due to my work schedule, I will recap the two series today. TL, Pain are going on right now. I'll recap those in tomorrow's video. I got to go to work in about 45 minutes from now. So we're going to go over a quick look at what the meta is right now at Worlds 2024, draw a couple conclusions, ask a couple questions too of why some of these champions are still high priority. Did it by role and top 5 in presence. I know a lot of people don't like that I use presence, but presence is a better indicator, in my opinion, of what is the strongest champions in the eyes of the teams because they're being banned and then picked, not just outright picked because, oh, it was the second or third best option available. We are looking at what is the best option available that is then banned right off the rip as well. I think that some people, they don't like taking that in because, oh, well, I watched the game this way, so obviously this champ must be stronger than something that's being banned all the time. You'd like to think the case of Aurora today might have been an example of that instead of the Yone. Now, speaking of this, in purple we have presence. In blue it would be a positive win rate. Red, negative. So if someone skips the middle of the video and doesn't know what those numbers mean, they're a fucking moron. Now, we look and we see that at the top, Aurora, Skarner, Yone, Ziggs, Rel. So that is the most common in each role right now. Now, win rate wise, I mean, they're all above. I mean, actually, the top side of the rift is very, centered around Aurora, Skarner, Yone, all above 80%. But then the bot side, we're looking at 79, but then even 65%. So the support role is not heavily favoring one champion quite like the other roles. And we look at the bot side of the rift, Ziggs actually has a 33% win rate despite a 79% presence, which is the most of the AD carry or bot lane role. And it's an APC, so I guess AD carry is irrelevant. The bot lane role, Ziggs is actually the highest presence. In Yone, 82% now after the loss by Frescowi today. Aurora, 64%, Skarner and Rel. Normal win rates. When you see win rates around the, mid-50s and then even mid-40s, it's like, okay, this is like as close to perfect as we're probably realistically going to get in a game with 170 champions played. Second, Jax, Vi, Orianna, Ashe, and Poppy. So now we're getting into a situation where these champions also are highly sought after in draft, whether it's just banned out or picked, but they're not really winning, and maybe it's due to playing into these champs at the top. Yone's being heavily picked, although it had a very high win rate. Orianna is the only one with a positive win rate, 67% with 53% presence. It's very strong. And then you look at Jax, 1/3 of the time is it winning games, but yet is in 62% of drafts. Ashe, same deal, 1 in 3 wins, but 73%. Poppy's even worse, and that's what kind of inspired this style of video. Today in the Discord, we were talking about how maybe Poppy should have been picked in the Team Liquid Pain draft, but Curry doesn't play Poppy. Well, Poppy has a terrible win rate to begin with. And don't get me wrong, I put in the support role because it's the most played role for that champion. I understand it can be flexed to top and jungle as well, but the point still remains. It's got a 29% win rate overall. So it's not like that super crazy strong pick that you think it is. At least it's not winning games. And win rate only can go so far. Of course, we can look at it and be like, well, if Rainbow 7 picked it into Gen G, then is that really as impactful as if HLE lost a Gen G on it? No, of course, we would want to look closer and not just make it very, this style of video is broad for a reason. Trying to just get across some very basic ideas. And then maybe if the channel grows to a point where, we can get a little more in depth and maybe educate a bit more, we can educate what these numbers really mean and how we can actually better articulate what we're looking at here. Third, Gnar, Sejuani, Syndra, Jhin, and Leona. So Gnar, same presence as Jax, but much higher win rate, 67%. It's the highest on the board in the top lane role. So Gnar should really be the most picked. Sejuani, 50-50. Syndra, 30% win rate. A champion that many thought would be the OP champ in this event. Only 30% win rate. It's not really winning all that many games. Jin, 52%, 62% presence. Leona, 65%. So, really, looking at it, outside of Oriana Sindra, you could argue that these champs on this third tier should probably be being picked or at least looked at more than those on the second tier. Maybe teams are playing around them better. Um, you know, I'm not a big Vi guy, so Singh Sejuani with a slightly higher win rate to me makes some sense. Ash could be a support, really, theoretically. Fourth tier, Rumble, Maokai, Akali, Kalista, and Alistar. So this Kalista, 90% win rate. At this point, in my opinion, it should be a must ban or pick for these players in the bot lane role. You pair it with the Nico, you pair it with the Renata, you pair it with whatever the fuck you want to pair it with, and you could do a lot of work. In my opinion, I think that the Kalista should be being picked a lot more. That win rate represents quite a number. Rumble, 56%. I figured Rumble would still be viable. It is. Is it must ban worthy anymore? No, but it is viable as a threat if the Aurora is banned, as a top lane carry. Maokai, 56%. I mean, good teams are picking Maokai because of the zoning ability. It makes sense. Akali's very conditional. You need an elite Akali player to even do a ton of work on it, and then again, the team around it has to be solid. I'm not a massive Akali guy. Alistar, I mean, you can engage all you want, but you need follow-up. Fifth tier, Renekton, Nidalee, Smolder, Ezreal, Nautilus. So, Smolder, very poor win rate. We're seeing a lot of teams pick Smolder and then just lose. 27% represents it, but at the same time, even in those matchups, you're kind of like, okay, Fnatic and Top Esports yesterday. I'm taking Fnatic in a loss in that one, no matter what the mid lane matchup is. Yone Smolder doesn't even make a fucking difference. In my opinion, it's probably going to be a win for Top Esports either way. Ezreal close to 50-50, Nautilus 50-50, Renekton close to it, but Nidalee has won every game it's been picked in thus far, which is interesting. That the people that are picking Nidalee have the ability to play it at a high level. So just something interesting for today's video. Comment down below with which champions you think, I guess bonus points for higher up on the board, but which champions you think we're going to see disappear out of the meta as we go forward. Maybe due to win rate or whatever, people catch on. Which champions you think we're going to see more of and why. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.